We're going to go back to our main story now, the flooding that's been caused by hurricane and tropical storm Harvey. I'm joined from Houston now by Amanda Trost, who's been delivering food to flood victims. Amanda, thanks for being with us. I understand and I can see that your home is safe, but some of your neighbours not so lucky.
Correct. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us a little bit more about what's been happening in your area. I know you're both a resident and a school teacher, so you know about the community.
So our immediate neighborhood got about 51 inches of rain. And I know that you don't measure in inches. I don't know how to convert it to centimeters, but that's approximately the size of your average 13 or 14-year-old kid. Our immediate neighborhood stayed dry. Water was about an inch away from coming into most of the houses. And we're kind of like an island. The school that I work for is a half a mile away from us. And fortunately, they were able to get meals delivered to them so that we could reach out to the community and make sure that people that were stranded were fed. A lot of people are at shelters in our little 2 or 3 mile radius that we could get to on Monday. And there are just shelters all over the city filled with people, which is the most devastating feeling, but it's also a really wonderful feeling because every shelter in the greater Houston area is filled with food. There are lines wrapping around buildings with volunteers wanting to get in and help. So it's been a great experience for the city to come together.
How many meals are you trying to provide a day?
Our school has 250. There are 3 campuses total in the greater Houston area that are able to do this.
And is there enough? You've talked about the shelters being inundated with volunteers, with food. Where's the food coming from? Did you all prepare by stockpiling?
No, there's a catering company that was able to get to us and deliver that. It's been difficult for roads to be clear, but we're fortunate to have that.
And in terms of your students, I mean, normally you'd be thinking in terms of back to school after Labor Day, and I guess all normal timetables are off, aren't they?
They are. We actually started school on August 23rd. So there are some students that have only had for a couple of days. But the neat thing is that we've all reached out to each other and tried to stay in contact. Our school has been trying very hard to get a hold of all of our students to make sure that they're okay. There are lots of students that we can't get a hold of yet. But there are also a lot of students that we know now are safe, and there are a couple of students that we know that their houses were underwater, but they are safe and they are being taken care of right now.
You were talking about the way that people have come together. I mean, do you feel that awful as this has been, people have got to know each other more because of it? And you've talked about them reaching out.
Absolutely. Our neighbors know each other better now. We spent quite a bit of time at some shelters in the area that were local high schools turned into community centers, and people coming together, and acquaintances become family, if that makes sense.
It does. And Amanda, thanks for telling us about both your experience and what you're helping others do for your wider community. Good to speak to you and good luck.
Thank you.
Britain's Prime Minister Theresa